program fairly quickly, but a year and a half of hard work, culminating in this graduation here today. Today we recognize the hard work of Brian Nunez. And as all of our participants know, and certainly all of our graduates know, it's a huge accomplishment to graduate from this program. It's a huge accomplishment. Oh, we got our interpreter here. These are the folks that you're gonna help.
Okay,
If you want to just sit right there next to them. you
Yes,
can
I'll
do
sit
that.
beside them.
Thank you. Perfect, perfect. I'll let you get set up before I continue on any further.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Silvia, voy a ser su intérprete. Se ocupa más, ¿verdad? Go ahead, Joyce.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. But as all of our participants know and our graduates know, this is a huge accomplishment when somebody graduates from this program. It's not an easy program. It's difficult. Took a year and a half of hard work, but Brian did it, and he's here today to reap the benefits of that accomplishment. I want to thank, I always want to thank our mental health core team on these graduations dates, because I'm sure as Brian would tell you, there's no graduation without this team. This team goes into everything that our participants are able to accomplish. They've been helped along the way by this great team. Our core coordinator, Angie Anderson, who is also our case manager. She does double duty. Our treatment provider, Miss Melissa Beavers, who, Brian, she could not be here today because of her health situation, and she's sorry about that, but I hope she's watching it on our live stream right now. She asked me to live stream it on my Facebook page so that she could watch it from home, and I hope the internet's good enough in here that that's able to happen. If it's not, we're also recording it, so hopefully we can email that to her later to watch. But also our Assistant District Attorney, Mr. Bard, Mr. Jeff Bard, our public defenders, Ms. Latasha Heather, Mr. William Moses, our probation officer, Officer Hector Vasquez. Where did Hector go? There he is. Just in time, just in time. Our Georgia Hope Treatment provider, Michelle Harris, who was here earlier, but I think she had to step out. Our law enforcement office representative, and also provides treatment there at the jail, Miss Jennifer Farrar, who's been on our team as a treatment provider in the past with Georgia Hope with her former job. So probably worked with Brian in that capacity before she moved on to law enforcement. Our compliance officers who couldn't be here today, Officer Cameron Cox and Sebastian Salazar, who Brian and all of our other participants know well, because they come visit their houses regularly. And also our lab drug testing analyst, Ms. Tina Curtis, who does so many other things in our program. And our court administrator, Jennifer Phillips, who administers all of our accountability courts. And let me not neglect Ms. Nikki Hall, who is a new member of our team as our court reporter. She's back here taking down everything that I'm saying right now. But she has been an addition to our team this year after Miss Margaret, who all of you know, retired. And my understanding is Miss Nikki has taken up the mantle of passing out candy to our participants at the beginning of the session too. And also let me recognize Miss Danielle Hobgood, my assistant, and my law clerk, Carrie Hunter. They both, I don't know, they're behind the scenes, so you don't see them as much, but they take a real interest in all of you, all of our participants. And they see my notes every week on all of you that Miss Angie prepares, so they keep track of you, even when they're not in court. And Carrie's in court more than Danielle, but they keep track, and they care about you and work behind the scenes to help you out. And Miss Danielle is responsible for a lot of these decorations and arrangements here today at our graduation. I also want to thank Miss Finn Petty for being here today. She is on our accountability court board, and I'm very happy that you could be here today to join this celebration with us. We have a lot of community partners who also make these graduations possible. And when I say possible, you know, Brian he's got a lot of great family support, so he hasn't had to have a tremendous amount of support from these organizations, but we've had so many participants who started their journey in this program at Providence Ministries or at the Family Crisis Center. We've had DWCDC assist us with housing, Salvation Army with housing and other needs, the Compassion House, the Community Foundation, who donates money to us every year to help us do some of the things that we just couldn't do with the state money that we get to help us with transportation money and some housing money, things like that, special needs. But I do want to give one special recognition today to the City of Refuge. And now we have a representative here today from City of Refuge, and I want to thank you for all that you've done, specifically for Brian. And he wanted me to do that. You have meant a lot to him. You touched him in a lot of ways. I know he's volunteered with you there while he was in the program, and he wanted me to thank you for all that you've done for him, the dignity and the respect that you treated him with. So thank you. Y'all are a tremendous partner to our mental health court, to our participants. You've been good to them. You've provided for needs, and I want to thank you. That's a good one. All right. Most importantly, I want to recognize Brian's family. Brian, I want you to do that. Could you introduce to us your family that you have, friends that you have?
Yes, sir. So we have my father, Hector Nunez. He's been there from the start and really has helped me out a lot. And then my mother, Claribet Nunez. And I also have my little cousin, Michael Sanchez. And they're here with me to support me and everything, and be here to cherish this moment for me.
I'm very happy that you could be here. Thank you for being here. So, I know your parents, Brian, Hector, and Claribet, even though you're the one who went through this program, they went through the program with you because you lived with them. So they got those visits at all hours of the night, with your probation officer or your compliance officers coming out to visit. They've been good to you. They've had to work hard to see your success through this program too. So we honor you as well today, Mr. and Mrs. Nunez. Thank you so much for being here today. So now, without further delay, we're going to introduce our guest of honor here today, Mr. Brian Nunez. Brian has, I'll just say it, he has been a model participant in this program. Brian has, I can say without any hesitation, he's had fewer sanctions than any other graduate that we've had in this program. Brian's a hard worker. He's held down a good job at Shaw Industries that he obtained after entering mental health court. He does such a good job there at Shaw that his bosses have made him a mentor to other workers. And recently he received notice that he would be promoted to the position of expediter. Is that right, Brian? Expediter? I say it right? Okay, great. Brian is also a saver. Brian, while he's been in our program, has amassed $17,000 in savings. Well, that deserves it. And Brian loves his family. He has often talked about them in court when he and I talked from the bench and him here from the podium. He told me about the great food that they prepare in their household. And I've often asked him if he cannot bring some of that food into court with the judge to eat, but it hasn't happened.
Okay.
All right now. Yeah, you can bring me a plate sometime. Bring me a plate, Mr. Nunez. But I want to say this, Brian has a bright future. His plans are to attend Dalton State College in the spring. He would like to pursue a degree in management information systems, and he would like to develop software someday. And I can say without hesitation that he has the absolute ability to do that, and I look forward to seeing all the wonderful things that you do in the future, Brian. I have often said to our participants when they come into the program or as they go through the program, that those who succeed in this program, those who go on to graduate from this program, are those who surrender to the program, who really buy into it, who are honest and just fully surrender to and become to believe in the program. Ryan surrendered to the program from day one, from the first day he was in this program. And that is why he is so successful, has been so successful in this program. With that, I want to introduce you to our guest of honor, Mr. Brian Nunez. Come on up and speak to him.
So I guess I could start with just appreciating everyone that's here for me today. To, like I said, cherish this moment with me, and I am very excited to be here. Excited is not even a word that I can think of, or not a word that I could sum up. So, but I'm just really, really happy that I'm here. You know, I'm ready to move forward with my life. And like I said before too, going forward sometimes is I'm very blessed to be able to be given a second chance in life to accomplish, you know, what I wanted to accomplish in the first place. So, I do appreciate y'all. I guess I can start with my speech. So, the challenges I faced when I entered this program is that I wasn't able to have physical interaction with my father, Hector Nunez. It was a really hard time for me to actually go through that. He is definitely my role model, my everything. He been through all that we went through, you know. He's probably one of the biggest reasons that I am that I am the man that I am today, you know. So also my mental health conditions were in a bit challenging stage in my life because all that I had to do while working a full-time labor job, I had to let go of that because of a mental health breakdown that I experienced. It was when I was working for MarkTech Incorporation. I went through a mental health breakdown, so I had to let go of that job right away. And it was, I think, during phase 1. So I had to let go of that. But as time passed by, it became easier to deal with because I was able to learn more about my mental health disorder and how to do my part of using coping skills, which I learned throughout the program, such as like breathing, grounding techniques, and other stop-out thinking techniques. My identity on the first day of mental health court was a very lost but hopeful man trying to pursue a better life for myself and for others around me. I'd say that's the biggest thing is I've hurt a lot of people in my life, and to be able to bounce back and be the man that I need to be and step up to be a grown man and do what I need to do to become a citizen of the United States. So, and then now I can continue saying I would love to be able to recognize my treatment provider, Ms. Melissa Beavers, that on my worst times in the program, she was able to identify and directly to stay at ease and to understand that everything is okay. Also from the start, like fresh. Miss Angela Anderson was what I needed to be a lot to be able to be successful in the program because of disciplinary actions and thoughts to be able to move forward. All while in the program as well, I like to thank some of the participants such as Shelly Bailey and Cameron Stevens that made me feel in peace and welcome to be in the program. Of course, also I'd like to thank my family and the City Refuge that gave me an opportunity to live, gave me moral support and be able to volunteer or do community service in times that I need to do it. And that was my go-to place. The City Refuge definitely was my go-to place because I felt I was welcome and I felt, invited and I felt welcome to be there. Now, my life today is definitely at a great time in my life. I've been able to, like I said, Judge Scott Mentor said, I've been able to save lots of money. I've been able to find a great job that has given me promotions, and then being able to make my dream come true to look forward to attend college again. And I guess I could say the more important part of my speech is a message to all the participants. My message is I like to give to others is to listen and to cooperate with the people that actually care and love for you, for who you truly are. It may seem unfair or challenging, I understand that, but on why, it may seem unfair or challenging to understand why you should listen and follow directions, but at the end of the day, you'll be thankful for everything that all these people are doing for you. Since being in the mental health court, I've achieved being able to be employed with Shaw that has provided me with even more opportunities to get a better position in the plant. My savings has gone up tremendously, up to or more than 17,000 as of now, and I've been able to grow my relationship back with my father. The most difficult thing about the mental health court program for myself has been to attend and remember everything I need to do for meetings, classes, and even drug screens. I had to make sure I'm doing everything on time and with urgency. The best thing about the mental health court program, though, has definitely been able to know and understand that I'm not alone in this world about my mental health conditions. I had only one person in my life that I could be able to be with to answer the mental health program, which was my cousin that lives in the Dominican Republic. But I've been able to move forward with that, and I've met lots of people through the NAMI meetings that we have on the weekend, and I'd like to say thank you for everything.